Today I'm going to talk about Super Emeralds and Hyper Transformations, as well as Super Gems. Okay, what you do is at Mushroom Hill Zone, you enter a ring, or any time after for that matter. If you have at least one Chaos Emerald, they'll be sacrificed to form giant stone emeralds. You then have to jump on the emeralds and activate each one manually by entering a special cave. After collecting them all, and activating them, so to speak, actually it's the same thing, you're rewarded with a Hyper Transformation, or in Tails' cases, Super Transformation, as he doesn't have one with the Chaos Emeralds. In Hidden Palace Zone, the place where the emeralds are located, you fight Knuckles, who still thinks you're trying to steal the Master Emerald, but then he learns that Dr. Robotnik, now called by many fans as Eggman, has tricked him this whole time. Robotnik steals the Master Emerald even though Knuckles tries to stop him. And then he takes you to Sky Sanctuary Zone. Now for Knuckles' Hyper Transformation. Just like the Super Transformation, you need to collect 50 rings. And then double jump, or at least 50 rings, and then double jump. Anyways, the Hyper Knuckles is faster than Super Knuckles, and leaves after images, which Windows Movie Player is probably going to screw up because it can't run 60 FPS. Like Superform, he's granted full invincibility. And look at this, he can breathe underwater. Isn't that interesting? Hyperform's regular abilities include that, after images apparently, and the ability to breathe underwater. Just to prove to you skeptics I didn't have a water shield on, I'm breathing underwater without a water shield now. He's still vulnerable to being squished, though. as well as falling off cliffs into bottomless pits. He also has the ability to slam into the wall and create a tremor that destroys all on-screen enemies. Now for Sonic. Just like Knuckles, his Hyperform requires 50 rings, as does all transformations. The shield rule still applies, so keep that in mind. It's actually quite useful if you want to collect more than 50 rings, because you don't have to risk transforming and losing all your rings while trying to collect them at the same time. Once you have enough, you can then choose to lose the shield. Double jump to transform. As you can see, he leaves after images, runs faster than Super Sonic, and has sparkles flying around him. He also has a special ability that many people refer to as lightning attack. Although it's not what it's officially called, but it flashes like lightning. It can destroy on-screen enemies, but it doesn't affect bosses, as doesn't Knuckles' Earthquake. However, you can use his ability to blast him forward in any direction to reach higher heights, and also to inflict damage to bosses, even though you can do that without. As usual, he has invincibility, and all of his normal skills are increased. He's still vulnerable to being crushed, though, and falling into bottomless pits. He can also breathe underwater like Knuckles. Now for Tails. Tails doesn't normally have a form with the Chaos Emeralds. However, if you manage to collect all 7 Super Emeralds, you're rewarded with his Super Transformation. What's so special about his Super Transformation? Well, you'll see in a few seconds. Yeah, as you can see, he gets little minions. The little minions, or the super flickies, home in on any target within range that's an enemy. Although they will occasionally home in on stuff they're not supposed to. In Launch Base Zone, you can use them to home in on a thing that opens up one of Knuckles' areas, even though it's not supposed to. The little minions attack nasty little boogers, aren't they? Super Tails suffers from not being able to breathe underwater, and he's got all the weaknesses of a super form, including falling off a cliff.